hammers and levers. So what am I talking about? So hammers and levers are two different ways to improve your game. So a lot of people think about the idea of get 1% better each day, and that will make huge improvements over the long term. So yes, you should definitely be focusing on things that you can improve incrementally. That's ultimately what that is. It's like incremental improvement. It's making consistent small gains over time. And yes, that is exactly the way you want to approach a lot of things. But there's this second thing that is massive that a lot of people don't really consider, which is levers. What's a lever? Well, a lever is something that allows you to gain leverage on something. So if you're trying to pick something up, you can't pick up, or it's probably really hard to, let's say, flip over a rock that is 500 pounds. So imagine like a 500-pound rock. Now, it's really hard to just lean down, pick it up. Now you could put a board on the ground and then try to use the board to kind of scoop it up, almost like imagine a shovel and trying to scoop it up with the shovel. Or you can put a pivot point and you can put it down in front. So imagine, I'll kind of put this visually. You can put something down, so the rock's here, you put something down which creates a pivot point, and you can create leverage and actually roll the rock. What is important with this, and what really matters, it's not really important to understand like the physics of how that works, but what you want to understand is that by creating that leverage, you're actually be able to lift more with less energy. So there's a saying like if you could lift the world if you have a long enough lever. Now, that concept is really important when it comes to training because you have incremental improvement, but then you also have leveraged improvement. You have things that can be massively, massively changed. And this is a mindset shift that I think coaches, that players, that everyone really should look at, because it's not important to just work on things that make little improvements, but it's also important to look for what are the big things that we can tweak. What are the huge, massive changes we can make that are going to cause not just 1% improvement, but maybe it might cause 5% improvement or whatever, 10%. But consider how important it is to think about that. There's so many other changes out there besides these very slight, just one over the other. This is where mental training comes in. So when I talk about the idea of removing mental blocks, this is a leveraged improvement. This is a point where you can really leverage your energy, your time, money, energy, because by improving or by removing one mental block, you could potentially be improving your entire game by way more than just working on your stick handling for 30 minutes. So that's a great way to understand how to prioritize. Well, should I work on programming my mind to remove a mental block such as fear, such as worry, such as nervousness, such as anxiety, such as doubt? Should I work on that for 30 minutes today? Or should I take my last 30 minutes and work on my stick handling? Now, you can. I'm not saying that you need to pick one, but sometimes it's important to consider that, yes, you can make a 1% improvement in your shot, in your hands, in something else. But what if someone told you, what if I told you right now that all you have to do is take 30 minutes, do a mental programming session, and it might completely unlock an area of your game, which is going to make let's just say like a 3% improvement in your game this time. Or it's hard to even describe. It could be just a radical transformation in how you play because of one removal of a block that has been holding you back for your entire life. So don't let people convince you that 1% improvement, very small incremental gains are all you have. Discovering blind spots, things that you haven't worked on before, are going to give you access to much more than 1% improvements. And you don't know when those are going to come up. But I will promise you that the biggest gains that I made in terms of my performance in the last, say, 3-4 years of my career were from actually improving and removing mental blocks by working on the mental game so that I showed up every day focused. I was able to be fully present, fully in a flow state every single time I played. And those are what made the difference for me. Now, you can keep working on your skills, and you should work on your skills. And this isn't a given. Everybody's doing this. But if you can unlock these mental blocks, it's going to give you access to levers and not just hammering away at your game. And I promise you, the smart players are using levers whenever they can. They're always looking for points of leverage to improve their game. The players who get stuck and held back and don't make it where they want to go are the players who are only focused on making the 1% improvements. So consider that. Consider what kind of player you want to be in terms of your game, your development, and that's going to really show you where you're going to end up in the future. So thanks, guys. Make sure to subscribe to Identity 2.0 if you want more mental tips, advice, training, and tools to actually improve your game so you can play at your best. I want to help you play at your best. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.